Princeton, New Jersey. We're at Princeton Theological Seminary. With me is Dr. Martin Tell. You are, tell me your title.
Director of Music.
Director of Music here at the seminary and in this beautiful chapel. And we are sitting in front of a Paul Fritts organ, correct?
Correct.
What year did this go in?
It went in 2000. It was dedicated in 2001.
Okay, so 2001, so been here almost 25 years. Fantastically beautiful instrument. All the carvings in the facade are amazing. We talked about this. It's got a certain number of pipes. We know this.
Yeah, I can remember 1776, 1,776 pipes.
Okay. And
39 stops.
39 stops. I think I looked it up. I believe it's 62 ranks of pipes.
Sounds good.
But it's all in this beautiful case on 2 manuals and pedal. So I'm ready to hear some of it. Where would you like to start with this?
Well, should we start with the great?
Sure.
The facade pipes, Principle 8.
Very clear and warm.
Very clear. I think Paul Fritts uses the word rosin.
Yeah, I can see that. It's got an edge to it. It's not stringy, but it's got that little bit of brightness.
Yes.
But I was noticing, especially in the bass, it's just nice and full and supportive. Yeah. All right. And then continuing up the chorus.
So, and then the octave. And the quint is also in
Flutier, yeah.
Octave, 2. And the tierce is also in the principal plenum. So we can build those up together. Four-foot. Add the quint 3, or 2 2/3. The tierce.
Lovely, very bright and clear, and it's right here in front of us.
Yes.
The great chorus is just speaking right into the room.
So there are 2 mixtures, and they kind of operate in different ways. So I'm trying to think, the main mixture and a sharf, the lower mixture. I think breaks back more. And then the sharf, which is higher, and it doesn't break back as much. It just really kind of adds to the playing. I'm going to pull out the 16-foot too, so we get the full. Now add the sharf to that. So here's with the mixture. The sharf. And you could do both together.
Yeah, the sharf is definitely a cap to the ensemble, the mixture sort of coloring it from within. It's interesting.
Especially if you're going to be including the 2 2/3 and the 1 3/5. The sharf is nice and tone.
Yeah. Okay. Wonderful, big, broad, beautiful chorus there. All right, and then what else do we have in the great then?
So I did, the very first stop to go in on this organ was the Bourdon 16 kept. We actually when the organ went in, and that's all we had. We got so anxious to use the organ, we used that for a little bit, and then the principal with it. And so we actually used this for accompanying singing for a few weeks.
You can do it. That works.
Yeah, and then one of my favorite stops, which I wanted on this organ, was the quintadena, because it's just so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's got the antique
unlike anything
sound.
else, yeah.
Yes. And then a couple flutes, the roar flute, 8 foot. One of my very favorite stops is this Spitzflute for. And I often like to use the quintadena and the roar flute together.
Oh, okay. Huh. Yeah, it's a unique sound.
4 foot to it.
That's amazingly colorful and
beautiful.
but still kind of gentle and
then
nice.
we'll listen to the bar pipe alone a bit, but it actually sounds really great.
Is it better? It's made for mixing.
Oh, it does a beautiful job with mixing. Here's
amazing.
Yeah, the bar pipe by itself.
Yeah, very colorful stop there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can imagine that would go with any of those combinations of flutes or even some of the principal stops.
Absolutely.
Give you something completely new. Okay.
Then we have 2 trumpets, 8 foot and 4 foot. Everything so far is kind of from the Germanic tradition,
Okay.
Dutch and German. So. And really this other trumpet is made to ride on top of that, just to brighten it up.
Yeah, so similar colors, but
It really is.
scale
I mean,
fits.
if you here's the 4 foot down an octave. So it's not trying to be
it's
very
just-
different at all. The scaling is a
Okay.
little bit different, but the voicing is made to kind of pull them together, actually.
How do they sound then with some of the principal chords in your mixtures?
You ask. That's 8/4/2. Add the trumpet. Add the 4 foot.
That's quite a
Pulls
sound.
together,
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that ensemble is just made to work together. I love it. All right. That's everything then on the lower manual.
Correct.
So controls for the upper manual over here? Or so
Right. And so on the inside we have principal chorus again. Actually, we could start with the viol de gamme, but it's very stringy. And of course, made to go with it, the voix celeste.
Very nice. Is our swell box above the grate or just behind it?
It's above the grate,
Okay.
so it's behind the facade pipes up above.
It sounds like it's coming from, I can tell it's coming from the back, but I
Right.
just can't tell
But
exactly where it is.
I think one thing that's amazing about the next principal chorus, which is also based on an 8-foot, on the lower manual, it is in the facade. On the second manual, you would think it maybe would be in the facade, but it's actually in the box, so it's under expression. But if you just hear it at first, it sounds like it could be an Oberberg. Very impressive.
Yeah, that's definitely coming. I can point to that one.
Yep,
It's,
yep,
it's
yep,
coming
yep.
from right up above our
Yep,
heads.
And then to add on top of that, we've got the 4 and the 2. So here's the 4. And the 2. And building those 3 up together. Two. With the mixture.
The mixture really pushes the chorus forward there.
It
With
does.
7 ranks, I can see how that would do.
It's 7 ranks or 8 ranks.
Oh, you
If
have a-
we have
I
a
see.
tierce that we could be added to the mixture, so it basically is a mixture with a tierce, but this
have a choice
allows
of-
the old idea of stop. You can stop 1 rank,
Okay.
take out the tierce. If you want more clarity in the mixture, the tierce is great for ensemble, but for contrapuntal lines, fugues, and that sort of thing, it can help to stop the tierce
Take it away.
in the mixture.
Now, has it always been there on a separate control, or
Yes,
was
it
that a
has.
later addition?
Yep,
No,
yep.
okay.
That
That's
was
how
the
it,
idea.
how it
I
does
don't know
work.
how the mechanism works,
Yeah,
but
no.
that you can choose just to take the
You may have just run out of
tierce
space because everything's full here. Okay.
Yeah, but this actually does not sound
By itself.
without the mixture.
Okay. All right. So you can't use it as a tier, but you've got a tier, so you're fine.
Yep.
You don't need that. All right. So tell me what else we have then. We have some flutes.
So these flutes here and build up to the cornet are just really quite wonderful and potent. On their own, they can be gentle, gedeckt. And another, I just love 4-foot flutes, and Paul Fritts does not disappoint here. With the tremulant.
Nice. I just say we do have a single tremulant that trims the entire organ
That's right,
together.
that's
so
right, that's right.
okay, typical of the style. All right. And then going up from there, we have
The Gimshorn,
James Horn at 2-foot.
which is a pretty powerful flute. I call it hot, it just, especially when you add it to the cornet. And then the Nassat, the 2 2/3. not mild.
No, that's fairly big. That's surprising.
And the tierce. So this cornet is really meant to be big enough.
It's a solo sort of voice.
You can. I use it for bringing out congregational singing. So if you pull out the, let me do the whole thing first.
Okay.
You can actually accompany it with principles 8 and 4.
Oh, really?
It'll work. Yeah. So actually, take that back. 8s. If you add the trumpet, then the 4 works too. But these, all the different combinations you can do with those 5 stops. Just the 8 and 2 2/3. Add the 4. Before I add the 2, sometimes I add the tierce. It's got a lot of punch just like this. And then the 2 just gives a lot of power.
Definitely nice big solo cornet. Now, can you say you have your 2 2/3 and 1 3/5 in the great. If you bring that on with 8 and 4, does that make a suitable accompaniable cornet sound, or you?
You mean to use the cornet from here?
Yeah.
It works too.
Or
it's
even
really,
just as principal stops instead of.
Yeah. So they are principal scaled, but they really work. So you can. This is without the 2-foot octave, but accompanying with the principal on the great, on the swell. Mm-hmm. So this is the swell principal. And you can add the 2-foot. I find when you add the 2-foot, it has less of that cornet sound.
Well, I'm guessing because these are so big compared to the flutes below it, and there it's more blended for your ensemble. Right. But you have the option.
You do.
This almost feels as piercing as that one does.
It absolutely does, yeah. And so
which is surprising, isn't it? Yeah. Okay.
If people are looking for that smaller cornet sound, I just say pull 2 stops.
Close the box. It's all under expression.
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay. All right, and then we have reeds here in this swell.
Yes. So besides the viol de gamme, we go out of Germany and the Netherlands for a French oboe.
Still got that bright Germanic character to it.
Yeah.
All right.
And then the 16-foot dulcian, which I'll play up an octave so you can hear it as in its 8-foot character.
Okay. Very nice, yeah.
And then the trumpet, which is not dissimilar from the trumpet. I'll cue the other trumpet up as well. So here's the 8-foot on the swell. Great.
Okay, yeah. Very similar. I'm wondering, there's little dynamic differences, and I'm wondering how much of that's placement from where we're sitting.
I think it's placement. A lot of it's placement. I think out there they will be sounding even more similar.
Yeah, but definitely the quality is there. Okay. All right.
And I think you got to hear this ensemble. So this is the ensemble without reeds. I'm just going to add a little pedal to this as well. With the 8-foot trumpet. And here's where the Dulcian really shines. It just puts wonderful meat at the bottom. And I should also mention, yes, it is under expression, so I'll close the box on that.
I mean, you could easily accompany a room full of people here on just your Swell manual there.
I do a lot of Swell accompaniment, partly, especially when I don't know how many people are going to be showing up and how engaged they'll be. And sometimes they just want to hear that plenum, right?
Yeah.
So you can close the box on it and they get the effect. And then
You need to go bigger. You got it.
you can just bring out the melody if you need to. Sometimes we'll take this trumpet with full swell, close the box, and
beautiful. Now, just add, you are grabbing stops there as you're playing, but we do have a combination action on top of the mechanical stop action,
Right.
which must be amazing to have. When
it is really nice. Paul Fritts really was keen on not having electric stop action because if the combination action fails, then the organ is not playable.
True, yeah.
And so he supplied us with mechanical action with solenoids. I don't know the language. All I know is that anything ever goes wrong is because of the computer. But
You can still grab it and pull it if you need
exactly,
to.
you can grab and pull it when you need it. And what's nice about it too is when we do use the combination action, comparable to compare this with electric stop actions that I've played for mechanical instruments. They go a little bit more slowly, so it's a little bit less of a
shock.
yeah. So
I was
sort
noticing
of
it
like
there. I mean, they were swift, but it's quiet.
It's swift.
and
It's pretty quiet.
Fast enough.
Yep.
Okay. Well, now let's go down to the pedal and talk about.
Sure.
We do have a good full pedal division here.
So the pedal's divided on two sides. The principals are on the left side here. So what we have is a 16, 8, 4, and mixture, and you'll hear there is a tierce in the pedal mixture. It's the one mixture that has a tierce in that can't be turned off.
Yeah.
It's really quite beautiful. So here's the 16-foot. And we'll see in a little bit the bottom octave of both the 16 subas and 16-foot principal are outside the chest. They're on the back. The 8-foot octave. Four-foot octave. Together. I'll add the mixture to that.
But it's a subtle tierce in there. It's
Yeah.
not real overpowering like
No,
sometimes.
but yeah, you can really.
Add some brightness to it. Okay,
It does, yeah.
wonderful.
On this side, we have our flutes and our reeds. Subas, it's a little more gentle 16-foot. Eight-foot. And we do have a nocturne 2-foot, which is really quite beautiful for bringing out solo bits.
Yeah, nice clear flute there. I like that. Okay.
And then reeds, 16-foot posauna. You can hear it. Yep.
That's nice.
Trumpet. And then the trumpet 4 and cornet 2 are from the same rank. One is extended to the other. I use the 4-foot quite a bit in plenum.
Oh,
So if I leave out the mixture, but I've got full plenums in the great and or the swell, that 4-foot just kind of helps it cut. And adding the 2-foot reed just gives another opportunity for some solo work. So these two are the same.
okay. I see. Yeah, and the same style of German reed, that closed sort of. But I love it down on the bass. That's amazing
Yeah.
what it does down there. And then we have a couple of effects. Well, first of all, I want to mention one thing that people may have noticed. This does have a little bit of flexible wind, as a Paul Fritts organ might, but he's given us a wind stabilizer.
He has. I will say I never ever use it, and I think there was an anticipation of more flexible wind than actually came with the instrument. So it is. If you were hoping for an instrument that would have more flexible wind for an earlier sort of sound, it's not as much as you might anticipate here. The one way we get around that, if we do want more kind of flexible wind, is we foot pump the organ,
Oh, okay. So
which then you don't have an electric blower
Quite the supply, yeah.
supplying two bellows at the same time. It's one bellow at a time. And that's when we kind of enjoy more flexible winding. But you can pull out the wind stabilizer, and indeed it has some concussion sort of
Okay.
effect that'll mute that flexible.
in case people need it rock solid.
These pipes are off. I mean, they have their own wind supply. This is their chest. And so they are controlled pneumatically with hoses underneath here. So just for these pipes, when you hit the lowest note, pneumatic opens and allows the air in. So that is the one thing that we preserved from the previous instrument. The previous instrument was a mower, but these pipes were recycled by them as well, and what they did was they stopped them, so they created a 32-foot. But it was obviously that they were not originally stopped pipes, so Paul had the idea of unstopping them, saving them, and using them as the bottom octave. So the bottom octave of the principal and of the bourdon are wood, and everything else is metal. I can do this for you. I can turn off the electricity for the blower, and you'll see these come up here. And then when somebody's playing, back here, step on this bellow, which is in the room below. It's not happening quickly now, but if somebody were playing full organ, these would come up more quickly. here's how we get access for maintenance and tuning. Same principle here. This will be the oboe. You can just tune from right here. This is the C side. You'll notice on the C side that the very bottom of the posaune is mitered so that it doesn't stick up to about here. But on the C sharp side, the lowest posaune is not mitered, and it actually sticks up above the case, but Paul did the figuring it out, and it's like from the floor of the chapel, you will never see this sticking out at the top of the case. So the pedal is open on the side. This swell actually rises higher at this corner than the facade, but Paul just spray painted it black on the front and on the sides, and your eyes just, in a way, don't see it jutting out. But if you sit in the balcony of the chapel, it's all visible. You can see this pipe sticking out, and you can see these shades opening and closing. I'm going to turn this blower off so I can. So we call this the Paul Fritts stairway because the architects wanted to put the organ where the old organ was in this alcove. And it almost came to blows because Paul said, no, it's got to be in the room with the people. You can't put it in another room. And finally, one thing we didn't have in the redesign of the chapel was a stairway. And Paul says, put the stairway here. And they finally just gave up, put the stairway here, bumped the organ out into the room. So we... Oh, now you're going to see. Here's what also happens here. But one thing I will say, we said the organ is used 75% of the time, is like when we have a rock band that wants to play for chapel, we don't say no, but I do ask them if I can play with them. And so we actually put the organ with. It's just cool to see, Paul was just trying to get the winding right and stable and even all the way through every cycle of each of the bellows. And so he was putting bricks on and off on the bellows, as you often see in a lot of historic organs in Europe. But then he had this idea of strapping some bricks here just to give some more counterweight. And it did the trick. It did exactly whatever he wanted it to do. I want to show that the pumping station up there, basically that's what you're doing. You're stepping on that, pushing this down, and opening the bellow. And when you turn off the motor and you're just using the pumping station, you get one bellow at a time, which gives you that flexible winning that we were talking about. And he wrote down his wind pressure there, so I don't have to memorize it, 68 millimeters.
Martin, thank you so much for letting us come in today and demonstrating this beautiful Paul Fritts organ. This is Opus 20?
20, yeah.
Okay. And you actually have another one here on the campus.
Yep, in the next building over, 21.
That's a much smaller organ,
Yes.
so sadly we don't have time to get to it today. But this has been amazing to see. This chapel is beautiful, so I recommend you all come visit, talk to Martin about, if you want to come see the instrument. Tell me, though, if they want to come to chapel services, how is this organ used?
So, yeah, we have services when classes are in session. We have services every day, Monday through Friday at 11:30. People are welcome to come. I would say you have a 75% chance of hearing the organ if you come. Sometimes we'll sing unaccompanied, sometimes we'll sing with more piano or modern instruments. Almost always the organ gets pulled into the service as well. These are short services.
Well, it's good to hear that it's used that much, especially for a short daily service.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so that's great to hear.
Yeah.
This is, like I said, just been fantastic. I hope you can come. There's information about Princeton Theological Seminary down in the description. Down there you'll also find a link to the specification of the organ and all the information you could want to know. You'll also find a link to our website at organ.media. It's only because of our sponsors that we can get to places like Princeton. So if you'd like to become a sponsor this year, you can help us out. Just go to organ.media and click on support. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization, so donations can be tax deductible. We still have some more wonderful things to see in Princeton. I bet some of you are already guessing about what's next, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you know when the next videos are coming out. Thank you again, Dr. Tell. This has been an amazing visit.
It's been great to have you here. Thank you.
Glad we could make it. Until next time, I'm Brent Johnson. Thank you for watching.